Why did my ADHD brain lose my car? Okay, besties, we need to talk about something my brain does that is simultaneously really useful and occasionally a giant pain in my ass. Autopilot. Because the problem at WinCo wasn't that I suddenly forgot what my car looked like. The problem started before I ever walked out of the store. I have routines, and I love a routine that eliminates unnecessary thinking. When I go somewhere regularly, I tend to park in the same area. I don't necessarily think, I'm now implementing my carefully designed parking strategy. I just park there. And after you've done something enough times, your brain starts learning the pattern. WinCo, car goes over there. Then I don't have to spend much energy remembering where I parked. And normally that's fantastic. The problem happens when I change the pattern and my brain doesn't get the memo. Because that day, I parked somewhere different. Then I went inside. I shopped. My attention moved on to 100 other things. By the time I came back outside, I wasn't consciously thinking, where did I park today? My brain basically went, oh, I know this one, and sent me toward the usual space. And here's the fascinating part. I trusted it. I wasn't wandering around thinking I had no idea where my car was. At first, I was confidently walking toward where my brain told me the car should be. And then it wasn't there. And that's when everything started falling apart. Because suddenly I'm not just trying to remember where I parked. I'm standing in a giant parking lot. I've got groceries. There are cars everywhere. I'm scanning rows. I'm trying to retrace my steps. And now I'm getting anxious. And the more anxious I get, the harder it becomes to calmly think through what happened. That's the part I really want to talk about. Because sometimes when my brain can't immediately find an answer, I start trying harder. And harder isn't necessarily better. I scan faster. I walk faster. My thoughts get faster. Where the hell is it? I know I parked here. Did I pass it? Maybe it's the next row. Oh my God, where's my fucking car? Meanwhile, the information I'm actually trying to retrieve doesn't magically become easier to access because I'm yelling at my brain. Eventually, I realized I needed to stop moving. That was probably the most useful thing I did during the entire 15-minute adventure. I stopped. I took some breaths. And instead of asking, where's my car? I gave my brain a smaller question. What happened when I got here? Where did I enter the parking lot? Which direction did I drive? What did I see when I walked toward the store? Which entrance did I use? Now I'm giving my brain something concrete to work with. And eventually I found the car. Of course I did. It hadn't moved. Nobody had stolen it. It hadn't entered another dimension. I had changed the routine. And my brain hadn't updated the map. And once I realized that, the whole ridiculous experience made a lot more sense. Because I do versions of this in other parts of my life too. If I put something where it normally lives, I can often find it without thinking. But if I put it somewhere different, oh, good fucking luck finding it. That's how deodorant can sit right next to my sink while I'm tearing apart the cabinet looking for it. My brain isn't necessarily thinking, where did Cindy put this thing today? It's jumping straight to, I know where this goes. And most of the time, that's incredibly efficient. Our brains build patterns because having to consciously think through every tiny thing we do all day, it'd be exhausting. The trouble comes when today's reality doesn't match yesterday's pattern. So here's what I'm trying to practice. When something isn't where I expect it to be, I stop searching harder and start searching differently. Instead of repeatedly checking where something should be, I try to ask myself, what did I actually do? And that's a very different question. And when I break one of my predictable routines, like parking somewhere completely different, I can give future Cindy a little help. Take a picture, drop a pin, notice a landmark, say it out loud. I'm parked by the cart return. Anything that makes the unusual thing a little more noticeable. Because apparently future Cindy cannot be trusted to receive a silent memo. And I also want to point out something I'm actually proud of from that day. I panicked. I got frustrated. I did a lot of cussing. But eventually I stopped. I gave myself a second to settle down, and then I tried another way. And that's something I wouldn't have always done. Sometimes understanding my brain doesn't mean preventing every ADHD moment. I'm still going to lose my shit. I'm still going to forget shit. And apparently, I'm occasionally going to lose an entire fucking automobile. But I can get better at recognizing, okay, what I'm doing right now isn't working. What does my brain need instead? And that is what I mean when I talk about working with your brain instead of spending your entire life fighting it. So now I need to know, have you ever lost your car in a parking lot? And how long did it take you to find it? Please tell me in the comments. Please tell me somebody can beat my 15 minutes because I need this for emotional support. If this video helped you understand your brain with a little more curiosity and a little less shame, I'd love for you to subscribe because every week we're unpacking another ADHD moment together. And if moments like this make you wonder what the hell your brain is doing, that's exactly why I'm creating my Brain First Aid Kits. They're practical, brain-friendly tools for those moments when you know what you need to do, but your brain has apparently wandered off in another direction without you. And I'll see you in another ADHD moment.